Morning Glory, 6/26, 2025. I'm at the Greyhound bus station. I'm gonna take the bus to Huntington, West Virginia, and then fly from Huntington, West Virginia to Florida. That's the plan. This is a new station here. So, yes, I'm leaving my van, motorcycle, and 2 trailers here. So this can happen. Go home for a minute in Florida and then fly back on July 10th here for the outreach. And then after the outreach, drive back to Florida after July 12th and prepare for my wife's graduation cruise. That's the plan. God gives us the plans because He's the man. God bless you and enjoy this wonderful, beautiful day. In Florida, at the beach, I get to watch the ships and boats pass by. Bluefield, West Virginia, where I was born. I get to watch the trains go by with the mountains in the background. Thank God for all the different things He allowed me to experience. Unfortunately, here they take the mountains and the trains for granted, and in Florida they take the ocean and the ships for granted. That's just human nature, though, to overlook the blessings that God gives us. Say, stop and smell the roses. So this is the plan for today. Today is 6/26/2025. In Bluefield, West Virginia. The outreach was on the 7th. Today is the 26th. So I've been here that long. Actually, I left Florida. I think I left Florida driving maybe the 4th, maybe. I gotta look it up and see when I left. But anyway, I've been gone from Florida almost a whole month. And my wife knows that, especially the first trip to the Midwest is always the longest trip because I'm fixing up stuff on the properties from the winter, cutting grass, blah, 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 blah. So, I mean, she knows what it is, but she don't like it, but it is what it is. But she's not expecting me back. The next outreach is on the 12th, 7/12 of next month. Like I said, today is 6/26. So she don't know if I'm coming back then or now. So I decided to take a bus to Huntington and take a flight from Huntington to Florida to surprise her. Unfortunately, the bus leaves at 6:20 a.m. So I'm here now waiting for the Greyhound bus. Take the bus to Huntington. It's like a 4-hour ride. I'm not driving, ride. To Huntington, from Bluefield to Huntington on the bus, Greyhound. And then the flight don't leave till 7 p.m. tonight, so I got a layover in Huntington. So I can't post any of this stuff until later tonight or maybe even tomorrow, because if I do, she'll see it and the surprise will be blown. So, surprising her and the stepkids. They're not expecting me. I should be walking in the house in Florida tonight, probably about 10 p.m. I assume. Because once I get to Florida and land, I gotta catch the train to the Boynton Beach, the train station there for the Palm train. And from the train, I'm gonna take an Uber to the house. So, planes, trains, and automobiles. Riding everything except for the train, but doing this to surprise her. She's not expecting me at all. You know, I've told a few people they better not blab Keith Dalton, Stanley Love. You better not blab. But yep, so that's today's journey. So I'll be spending the day in Huntington, but like I said, I can't post anything until later on. So the post you will see, like this post, will probably be extremely late. If not tonight, tomorrow. And you'll be like, why is he talking about this stuff? That was yesterday. That's because it's a surprise. So she better not be eating Cheetos in my bed. She know I don't play with my bed. I like my bed to be pristine, nice and clean, food free. But the years she spent single, she used to eat in her bed, and you know how y'all women do. Y'all eat, read, do everything in the bed. I'm like, nah, my bed is holy ground. I like my bed to be pristine. Like when you first walk into a 5-star hotel room where they got the little towels made like ducks or something crazy. That's the way I like my bed. But the only excuse she'll have this time is that she didn't know I was coming. But if my bed ain't right, you can clean my bed. Well, I took the Greyhound to Huntington. I'm in Cerrito now, wherever that's at. The bus driver, Griffin and Filth Drug, on the corner of, where am I at? Don't see no street signs. She told me where to go. She said walk down there, as far as it goes, then make a left, and then I'll be at the airport. I was gonna take an Uber from here, but like I said, my plane don't leave till 7 p.m. So there's really no reason for me to try to rush to get to the airport to sit there for hours. But it's a little bitty town here, but I don't see any kind of like stores or anything that I want to go into. So I'm gonna make my way down this way. She says like 2 miles. This is why I work out on the treadmill too, but 2 miles ain't nothing for me. So Cerrito, near Huntington, West Virginia, headed towards the airport. I knew this was gonna be an adventure when I mapped it out at the beginning of the year, because I knew situations would arise where I might have to fly here or fly back and leave my van, one or the other, for the simple fact that it takes 12 hours to drive from Florida to West Virginia. This whole trip is like a 6-hour trip. The layover is what's making it last longer than what it really would be, but it's 6 hours, so it's half of the way if I was driving 12 hours. Plus I have to pay for gas. The Greyhound bus was 41 bucks. This little city bus was $1.25. And the plane tickets round trip was $200 on Allegiant. So that's way less than what I would have been paying if I paid for gas. It got me underneath this tunnel. I don't know where I'm at. Muddy. Not trying to get my shoes all jacked up. But been documenting this trip like I usually do most stuff. Like I said, it's an adventure. And it's cool. It's not, I could have took an Uber. I think the Uber was $21 if I would have took the Uber from the Greyhound, but I was like, I'll just ride the city bus because, like I said, the plane don't leave till 7 p.m. So, 2-hour flight. Should get me home around 10 o'clock after I take the train from there, and then possibly an Uber from the train station. I said, I'm surprising my wife, stepkids, so therefore, I'm not trying to get a ride. If I got a ride, it wouldn't be no surprise. It's me walking the house, and they think I'm in Bluefield, West Virginia. But, it is what it is. Anyway, get on this walk. Talk to you in a minute. So we in Charleston switching drivers. So I guess this is when they switch drivers before we continue on to Huntington, which is where I'm going for the airport. So I'm in my seat, and this lady gonna get on the bus, and she gonna look at me getting on the bus at Beckley, which was the last stop, like I stole her lunch money. So I'm like, dang, why she mean mugging me? So she looking at me like I'm in her seat or something. So she go on past and get another seat behind me. And then when the driver get back on, she gets on. And she's talking to the driver up front where I'm sitting. My seat's in the front. I choose the handicap seat for more leg room. Keep your jokes. And so he's like, let me see your ticket. So he looked at her ticket. He was like, ma'am, your ticket's for tomorrow. so after she did so she got off. And the moral of the story is, before you mean mug somebody that's probably 3 times your size, check your ticket. Well, the first leg of my trip is done from Bluefield to Huntington. I'm in Huntington right now. Just got off the Greyhound. As you see the sign behind me, it's Greyhound Station in Huntington. Now I'm gonna catch a Uber to the airport or near the airport because my plane don't leave until 7 p.m. So that's what it is. Bus ride wasn't too bad. Said from Bluefield to Huntington. We don't have no airports in Bluefield, so I had to come here. It's all good. First leg is done. Go goof off and get close to the airport and grab something to eat and chill until it's time for my plane to leave later on today. Well, I was going to take an Uber, but since I don't have to be to the airport till 7 p.m., decided to get on another bus. So I'm on the city bus now, headed closer to the airport, which is save on the Uber cost to the airport. So I'm on a city bus downtown Huntington, I guess is where I'm at. So after going to taking the city bus and going to Taco Bell, walking to Taco Bell, lady said I could walk to this place, and you can't because, well, you can, but there's no sidewalk and there's a mountain. So anyway, I'm at the Allegiant check-in in Huntington. Of course, now they're about to take. I was gonna see if I can grab an earlier flight, but I don't see any going to Fort Lauderdale. Closest place is Orlando. Considering it and taking a Brightline, but I don't know, man. I might have to sit here for a few hours. Well, more than a few. And this line is going long, so they must have a full flight going to Orlando. Anyway, this is where I am on the leg of the trip, trying to get to Florida. So, it is what it is. I'm at the airport extremely early, so that part is done. I'm gonna check in so this line goes down because my flight don't leave till 7 o'clock, and I don't even think it's 2 o'clock yet. But I came early in hopes of getting an earlier flight, which I don't see by the screen that any is going to Fort Lauderdale sooner than when I'm going to get there, so just gotta wait it out. Update. Been at this airport all day. Just went through TSA, and it's 6 o'clock, I think, when I went through there. So the plane don't leave at 7:52. But we're through TSA, so all I have to do is board the plane, head to Florida, catch the train, catch the Uber, then I'll be home. So, getting closer. It's probably the longest commute transfer trip I've done in a long time. Started this journey this morning at 5:30 when I woke up. 5 o'clock when I woke up. 4:30, 5 o'clock. Got on the bus at 6, and it's 6 o'clock now, so still got an hour, 50 minutes before I board the plane. I always try and tell people, love is something you do, not something you say. And I'm only coming home during this little break because of the family. I could have stayed in Florida and drove back out to the outreach on the 12th. of next month. So I said, nah, let me go ahead and catch a bus, catch a cab, catch an Uber, catch the plane, catch a train for a couple weeks. It's all good. Like I said, love is something you do, not something you say. It is what it is. Well, as you can see, about to board the plane. Long, long, long day. Huntington Tri-State Airport. I thought Rickenbacker was small. That's how we got to get on this thing. Just landed in Fort Lauderdale. It's like 9:40, I think. On my way now to the Palm train. Take the Palm train to Boynton Beach. And then call an Uber to take me home. Should be a surprise because no one knows I'm coming, as I've been saying all day. So, it's been a long day. Started this day off at, I think I woke up about 4:30. Left the house about 5:30. Now it's 9:40 or 9:50. Still got Fort Lauderdale to Boynton Beach. Then head home. So not too far away, getting there. Lord have mercy, been an extremely long day. Sitting here waiting for the Tri-Rail shuttle to take us to the Tri-Rail so I can take the Tri-Rail to Boynton Beach. And then from there, order me an Uber to go home. Ooh, can't wait to take a shower. All these different, I went from walking to Greyhound bus to city bus to Uber to airplane. Now I'm about to get on the train. Then I'm gonna get another Uber. That's gonna be it. So, long day of traveling. I don't think I've ever in my life used this many modes of transportation in one day. Bus, train, plane, and car, automobile. City bus and Greyhound. But it's what you gotta do sometime. It's what you gotta do. Like I said, I could have stayed in here it is right here. So I'm on another bus again. How you doing? Now I'm at the train station. Tri-Rail, one way, adult, $6.25. It's kind of expensive. Northbound, Fort Lauderdale Airport. I'm going northbound to Boynton Beach, so I can get there, and then I can get me an Uber to the crib. See the times. It is, I don't know what time it is. The clock ain't lit up. It runs kidding. Okay. Northbound. Northbound runs. The next one comes at 10:59. I think that's right. So I'm waiting on. That's southbound. I need northbound. So waiting on northbound to show up. That's southbound. Don't want to go south. Going towards Miami. Just got off the train at Boynton Beach station. Now I'm waiting for my Uber driver to pull up, take me to the house. Some other people waiting on Ubers too and rides. So next to last thing before I'm home, that's the Boynton Beach sign. Boynton Beach started out this morning at 6:20 at the Greyhound station in Bluefield, West Virginia. Like I said, my wife better not be eating no Cheetos in my bed. We're gonna have a problem. Kicking her butt out the bed. She like to eat junk food in the bed. Play that. Let me put back on my Uber app so I can pull up.